Some of my proudest moments, in addition to marrying my beautiful bride, Betty, in terms of their legislative area, includes the reforms that I've done in the banking industry. Several years ago, I was chair of the Assembly Banking Committee, and at the time, things were going well, and I wanted to be chair of banking because I viewed the banking system at the time as one of the pillars of American strength. Wall Street was the envy of the world, and I wanted to help it along. Well, shortly after I became chair, the foreclosure data started to roll in, and I could see that people were starting to go into foreclosure. And I asked the banks and their lobbyists and CEOs and said, tell me what's going on, why is this happening? And so they got me information and talked to me, and then the data got worse, and then at some point I decided that the banks, what they were telling me and what they were doing was not defensible. And so I turned on the industry. I started doing hearings that exposed some of the practices that the banks engaged in, such as giving loans to people that they knew the folks could never pay back. I talked about some of the really risky loans they were offering to people, how they were getting commissions for doing so, and then sending these loans upstream to Wall Street institutions such as Lehman Brothers and Bear Stearns and other companies. And those folks were just stupid enough to buy these mortgages, and that's why they no longer exist. But I saw this huge problem in terms of the laws and regulations, so I authored several bills to reform the banking industry, to put a fiduciary duty on brokers when they would sell you mortgages, that they had to owe you a fiduciary duty in making sure that your finances were the most important and not their commission. I banned some of the riskiest loans in California, and it took me 3 years to do this. The first year, none of my bills got passed. The second year, all my bills died. But finally, the third year, I was able to get it through because I think people realized at that point that I was right, and their banks really engaged in practices that were not defensible. Now, in 2011, I think the reforms have been put in place in California. The federal government has put in reforms. So I look forward to continue to work with the banks to make sure that they remain strong and can help the economy. Other achievements that I've done legislatively include co-authoring AB 32, California's landmark global warming reduction law. I authored a bill in the healthcare area saying that health insurance plans cannot give employees bonuses for dropping you off the health plans. It used to be they would, if they hit a certain quota in getting people off their health plans because either you were sick or you were filing too many claims, they would get free trips to Mexico, they would get these monetary bonuses. When I first found out about it, I thought it was immoral, and now it is illegal because of my bill. And look forward to continuing to help you make California an even better place to live, work, and play.